That we're very knowledgeable. That whenever they come in and they get a consultation, we go throughout the whole process with them from beginning to end. We sit with them, we explain everything what is to expect, how we're gonna get there, and even like some type of hurdles that we have to go and prepare for that could go wrong. So when they're done with that consultation, they feel very empowered and comfortable to take the next step and start their process.
Welcome to the Dream Home Podcast, the show where real estate meets real talk. Hosted by John Nagle, a seasoned expert with over $7 billion in real estate financing experience. This podcast features top realtors, builders, and financial pros. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we've got the tools to help you make smarter moves. Here's your host, John Nagle.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Dream Home Podcast, the show where we explore the people, communities, and stories that help turn your dream of home ownership into reality. I'm your host, John Nagle from CMG Home Loans. Today, we're diving into Florida real estate with a true powerhouse. I'm thrilled to welcome Loodmy Jacques, founder and leader of the Jacques real estate team. Ranked in the top 1% of Keller Williams agents in Florida, Loodmy and his team have spent over 17 years helping clients buy and sell homes from Port St. Lucie to Fort Lauderdale. Known for his dedication and expertise in new construction, relocation, adult active communities, luxury homes, country clubs, and oceanfront properties, Loodmy is the ultimate partner for anyone making the move in South Florida. So whether you're a first-time homebuyer, luxury seller, or investor, stick around. This episode is packed with insights you won't want to miss. Loodmy, welcome to the podcast today.
Hey, John, thanks for having me. That was an amazing intro, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're very welcome. So, Loodmy, let's kick things off with a big one. What is your superpower? What makes you and the Jacques team stand out in such a competitive market?
Well, hey, John, again, thanks for the intro.
Yes.
One thing that I've loved is that I've been doing this for a very long time, 17 years. So you got to love something to be doing it for so long. And one thing that stands us apart is because we care a lot. When we work with a client, we make them part of our family. So everybody that works with us always say that, hey, you guys made the process so easy. It felt so good. It felt great working with you. So it's like working with your best friend. So besides having that hands-on approach and making people feel comfortable, we have all the right tools. We have the local expertise. We have great marketing to be able to promote the house to where the buyers are. We have a lot of social media presence. Combining all this, we always deliver excellent result with our clients.
Yeah, well, that's definitely awesome, and it's important to be that way and deliver that to your clients in the competitive market like you're in.
Yeah.
So, what is the number one thing clients say when they first work with you and your team?
That we're very knowledgeable. That whenever they come in and they get a consultation, we go throughout the whole process with them from beginning to end. We sit with them, we explain everything what is to expect, how we're gonna get there, and even like some type of hurdles that we have to go and prepare for that could go wrong. So when they're done with that consultation, they feel very empowered and comfortable to take the next step and start their process.
Right. Well, that's great. So real estate can be overwhelming, especially for first-time buyers and people relocating. How do you help clients navigate that stress?
So let's think about a buyer that is, out of town and is not really familiar with a certain area, thinking that, hey, they're going to get a job. They are moving to an area that, they hope the school is good. They hope the area is good. So when they contact us, we have a consultation with them, come down with exactly what they need. And even if they're not here, my team and I would actually go and create videos for them to show them where the school is, show them the distance of where the stores are. So we take this hands-on approach to make sure that even before they make that trip, they have all the right information that they need to know before they come in and start looking at houses. Because buying the house is the first step, but making sure that you're happy with that location is also very important. And of course, walk them through the process of knowing that, hey, this is your budget, this is where we're going to be able to find the right property for you, and this is what your monthly payment is going to be. So that way, before, again, they see a house, they know exactly how much they're going to be expecting to be paying, which put them at ease.
Yeah, that definitely makes them more comfortable, kind of not wondering as they're walking through the house. Well, I wonder what the payment's going to be on this. They know that all up
That's
front.
right. That's right.
That's a great strategy. So, can you tell us about a time when you overcame a big challenge for a client?
Yeah, I mean, we work with veterans as well, a VA, buyers, and a lot of time when a buyer has a VA approval, a lot of sellers and even agents that have been doing this for a long time are not familiar with that type of program. And because a lot of time these programs allow people to do 100% down payment, or 0% down payment,
Right.
they feel that, oh, maybe this person not well qualified. So I've had a client that reached out to me and said, hey, I've been looking for a while and I just, nothing is working. My offers are not getting accepted. So I looked at what they've been doing and I realized that the reason why people are not accepting is because whenever the offer is presented, they're not really explaining how this program works. So what I did is whenever we find a property that they liked, I reached out to their lender and I got the lender on the phone with the agent to reassure that agent that this is a well qualified buyer. And the only reason why they're using this program is because, hey, they serve their country and they deserve that program. So at the end of the conversation with the listing agent, the listing agent felt great, relay the information to the seller. We're able to get them the property. They love it. And they call me and thank me every day that, hey, you guys made this happen. And that brings me a lot of joy.
That is such an important point where you're putting the lender and that listing agent in communication, because that does make a huge difference. I get a lot of calls on Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. because the listing agent has 5 offers they're reviewing, and it's really important that you tell them the story of the client, because they don't know who that client is, and it's exactly what you say. They think, oh, it's a 0% down, so they must not have no money. And it's actually the reverse. Most of my VA clients are you probably more qualified than a lot of the other ones that I work with. So that's a really good point. Really good point to put the listing agent in communication with the lender. Mm-hmm. So I love this part of the show. Tell us an awesome or memorable client story that really left a mark on you.
That's a tough one. I do a lot of transaction, and the one that stood to me the most is actually one that when I first started, I remember this client that, that was back a long time ago. We're talking about 2011, 2012, and I was new in the business, and this client find this property and there was no electricity in there and they needed to go see it. And, so what I did is I went to Walgreens, bought a bunch of flashlights and put them around. So before the client could get there, because I wanted them to like the house. So the whole house is like full of flashlights. So they were really impressed on that and end up getting the property. But I remember that feeling of like when they walked in, how they were like so happy. So that is one that always stood with me, and how, again, that shows you like how we go above and beyond to make sure our clients are happy.
Yeah, that is definitely above and beyond. That is a new one for me. I've not heard that one, so that I think you might win the award there, the most impressive feat by a real estate agent to make the client interested in the property. Wow,
that's what we do.
That's terrific. So, what keeps you motivated day after day in such a demanding business?
Seeing the client happy, making the impossible possible. And of course, my family is very supportive, and they always push me to do better. So being able to, think about, like, say, if it was me that was, on the end and looking for a home for my family, how I would like to be treated. So every time we wake up, every time I meet with my team, I always tell them the same thing. Think about if it was you that was out there looking and making your first purchase or selling your property, how nervous you would be and how you would want to be treated. So that's what keeps me going, to be able to take that person and make sure that that process is stress-free, easy, and at the end that they're happy.
Yeah, it is a very intimidating process, whether especially when it's your first time. But even if you purchase 2 or 3 homes, you have the lending side is kind of a mysterious thing, and finding that right property and working with someone like yourself that that they know that they can trust is going to take care of them and watch out for their interests. It's really important to help them through that journey. That's for sure. So your team is known for using cutting edge tools and resources. What are some of the really elevate the client experience, some of those tools and resources that you use?
Sure. So, again, when people hire us, they see the type of marketing that we do. So, let's say if I'm servicing a buyer and they come through and they're looking for specific property. So, we sometimes search for properties that are off market. We create a portrait of what it is that they're looking for and trying to reach out to homes that fit that criteria, and we have access to certain type of software to actually get the seller's information, send them letters, and let them know that we have a buyer for their property. With sellers that are having their home on the market, we have professional photography, professional videography. We have 3D tour that we offer for somebody that is not here that want to be able to walk to the property. We have a Google AdWords that we run where we can actually have direct targeting to that particular buyer that is looking for that type of home. And again, videos are amazing. Most people start their searches online. The more information you have about the home and the well presented the home is, the better chances are to be able to get the home sold. And on top of that, because we're a full service company, a lot of time we actually offer repair services. So we help the seller get the home ready, do a free listing inspection. Well, it is not free, it's free for them. I still got to pay for it. But we offer that because we want to offer them peace of mind that we know that, hey, when you go on the market, we're going to get that property sold. There's not going to be something that's going to come up as a did not know, and that would create for the deal not to move forward or for something to falter. So we already set it up that we cover all the things that could go wrong.
Boy, that's a great strategy to actually do that inspection ahead, so you're not caught by surprise by something that that professional inspecting company or person would miss by going there directly. So that is a great strategy.
Yeah.
So, what systems help you stay organized and responsive with such a large client base?
Man, Follow Up Boss. I use Follow Up Boss for everything, and they are great. They're a good system with all the calls that we have, keeping track with every step of the way throughout the process. And also, while we have this process too, to keep our clients up to date, is we do what is called like our Tuesday update. So every Tuesday, I reach out to all our active clients to give them an update on where they are in the process. So we always want to be proactive instead of waiting for the client to reach out to us and say, hey, we haven't heard from you. What's going on? Where are we? Is everything working? We make that first step. We reach out to them every Tuesday. We give them a breakdown, say, this is what we've done so far to promote your house. And this is the next step we're going to do the following week to be able to get you the right buyer. And again, for the buyers, we walk them through the process. We're like, hey, we just did the inspection. We're going to review it. The next step is the appraisal, get the HOA rules and regulation and bylaws. Let's review it together. Let's start prepping things to make sure that when the closing comes up, we already have everything done.
Now, that's definitely a good process. So walk us through what a client experiences when they work with the Jacques team from that first call to closing day.
Wow. I love that. We're always looking to improve this, and we're working at it gradually. So the first step, of course, comes with a phone call. A lot of our clients come from referrals. Although we have a lot of online clients that reach out to us from our social media platform, but the majority of them are from other clients that we've helped and then that reach out to us. So the first step is, of course, the consultation call. We would have it either in person or to Zoom, where we learn about the client. We try to find out what their goals are, when they need to be there, and of course, come up with a plan so that way that could happen. And if they're looking to sell, we usually have it in person, go to the property, walk the property, make recommendation on staging or getting the property ready for pictures, and then launching that property. We don't list houses. We call it, we launch it, because the moment we have it, this is going to go to a step-by-step program to make sure that it is exposed to the right person, to the right buyer, and then get them the highest offer for their home.
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. So if someone's on the fence about buying or selling, what's your advice?
In this current market, things have changed a lot. Right now, we're more in a balanced market where, it's not crazy seller market or a buyer's market. It's more of a balanced market now, where if somebody's looking to sell and their situation makes it right for that time, and of course, spring and fall is usually in Florida the time we see the highest peak. But I always tell client, you don't need to wait for that. As long as the home is marketed properly, the home shows well, and you have the right expert on your corner, we will get it sold. And same with buyers. I know we have a lot of buyer reluctancy on, interest rate being too high. We have programs available where we can actually help, and I know you can talk more about that, 2-1 buy down, where we can actually get a credit from the seller to help get the interest rate lower for the home to be more affordable. It's not only about interest rate, it's also about finding a home that you can afford in an area that you like. And again, interest rate changes all the time. It could be high. Us being in the market long enough, we know that technically this is still historically low compared to what it used to be before. But again, mentally, a lot of buyers feel that, hey, they wish that it was lower, but there are ways to actually work that out and then get them something that is more affordable. And that's where, the local expert comes around.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point because, a couple of years ago, I was not experiencing seller credits to the level that I am now, depending on, what part of the country it is. And so that's a very important point that now buying a home, you do have a better possibility of getting that seller credit because it's a balanced market to help you buy down the rate. In addition to that, we have a program called Rate Rebound at CMG Home Loans that for 5 years, we will refinance for free anytime the rate goes down by 0.5%, as many times as it does. And that's the expectation, and the experts are forecasting it to continue to go down the next year to 2 years. So they're going to be able to take advantage with us. And from experience, we know when rates start going down, then all of a sudden you're back to this. More buyers qualify. You have the multiple offers, the escalating officers, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a much better value today than you might when those rates do start coming down in the future. So I agree with that. I think it's a great time to buy.
Anything?
So Loodmy, thank you for sharing your wisdom and passion today. For anyone dreaming about a move to Florida, the Jacques team is ready to help. You can connect with Loodmy at loodmyjacques.com or follow his team on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and more. All the links are in the show notes. If you're thinking about getting pre-approved or need help with financing, visit us at dreamhomepodcast.com or reach out to me at CMG Home Loans. Thanks for tuning in to the Dream Home Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. We'll see you next time. And Loodmy, thanks again for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, John. It was amazing. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Dream Home Podcast, hosted by John Nagle. Ready to take the next step toward your dream home? Visit www.dreamhomepodcast.com for resources, tips, and expert advice. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe, leave a review, and join us next time for more real estate insights and mortgage tips. Until then, happy home hunting.